The battlefield of ashes. The war had lasted 20 years. The KYI at Dominion, a coalition of powerful alien species, had invaded the Sol system to pacify humanity after our expansion into their sacred frontier. They expected a quick victory. They didn't get one. From the moment the first KYI dreadnought appeared in orbit, humanity had fought with a kind of desperation the galaxy didn't understand. Our weapons were primitive by their standards, our ships slower, our fleets fewer. But every human fought like it was personal, because it was. Now, the skies of Mars burned red with plasma storms. The last great battle was over. The aliens had won, or thought they had. General Varen, commander of the Dominion occupation, walked through the ruins of a Terran colony. Charred towers, shattered tanks, and silence, until he heard a cry. The discovery. Inside a collapsed shelter, his soldiers uncovered a group of small humans, children, terrified, dirty, clutching old toys. They huddled together as the alien troops surrounded them. Threx approached slowly. Prisoners. The officer beside him nodded. Yes, General. We'll send them to the processing camps. Threx hesitated. His war orders were clear. All surviving humans were to be relocated. But something about the children's eyes, wide, unblinking, defiant even in fear, made his frills tighten. He crouched low. You understand me? A girl, maybe 10 years old, glared up at him. Where's my mom? Threx froze. He had expected pleading. Instead, he heard command. Free, the warning. Later, in his command tent, the Dominion scientists studied the children. Their readings were bizarre. They carry elevated neural responses. One reported. Stress hormones far beyond baseline. But no fear paralysis. Their minds adapt instantly to threat. Explain, Threx demanded. They learn fear, then master it, every time. That night, Threx recorded his thoughts to the Dominion Council. I have studied countless species. The humans are different. They do not submit. They absorb pain, grief, and rage, and weaponize it. He looked back at the children in containment. One of them was dismantling a monitoring drone with her bare hands. Something inside him stayed, an instinct older than reason. He whispered, we should not have taken them. 4. The human response. 2 weeks later, the first retaliation came. A human strike force, small, unregistered, infiltrated the colony's perimeter. They bypassed defenses no one had ever breached. Threx's soldiers were slaughtered before alarms could sound. Security footage showed them, gaunt faces, improvised weapons, eyes burning with fury. Civilians, not soldiers. And yet they moved like predators. They weren't there to win. They were there to get something back. When the smoke cleared, every human child was gone. The confrontation. The Dominion fleet regrouped in orbit. Threx faced a Terran leader over a secured channel, a woman named Commander Alina Reyes. She stood bloodstained, eyes sharp as steel. You took our children, she said coldly. Now you'll see what that costs. Threx snarled. We spared them. We offered relocation. You could have accepted peace. Alina leaned closer to the camera. You don't take human children. Ever. You don't understand what you've unleashed. Threx frowned. Unleashed. Mothers. The transmission ended. 6. The mother's wrath. Within days, human resistance tripled in ferocity. Entire colonies rose in revolt. Supply convoys were hijacked. Command centers sabotaged. And leading them were women, mothers who had lost children to the camps. Civilians turned soldiers. Engineers turned assassins. One broadcast, intercepted across the sector, played over and over. You can burn our worlds, but you took our children. We will tear down your empire, piece by piece. Dominion analysts tried to calculate the resistance pattern. The numbers made no sense. Humans weren't fighting strategically. They were fighting emotionally, and somehow that made them unstoppable. Frex watched report after report come in. Destroyed bases, dead officers, shattered morale. His fleet was losing to a species that refused to follow the rules of war. 7. The realization. Frex met with his advisors in a hollowed-out command bunker. "We must retaliate with orbital bombardment," one insisted. "Exterminate the nest before they spread," said another. Frex slammed his claws on the table. "No, that's what they want. Every time we strike harder, they come back twice as fierce. Do you not see it? They feed on loss." The room fell silent. He continued softly, almost to himself. "We have taken their future, their children. That means they have nothing left to fear. They are already dead, and yet they fight." A tremor passed through his frills. "We have doomed ourselves." 8. The turning tide. By the time the Dominion realized the depth of their mistake, human forces had begun using captured KYIF ships. Entire flotillas disappeared, reappearing days later under Terran control. Psychological warfare spread next, broadcasts of human children laughing, saying we're home. The message was simple, haunting. We take care of our own. Frex ordered a retreat, but it was too late. On the outer rim, a massive human fleet, ragtag, mismatched, terrifyingly determined, emerged from hyperspace and surrounded his command ship. Alina Reyes' voice came through the speakers. "You wanted to conquer us. Instead, you taught us what we're capable of." Frex closed his eyes. "We never wanted extinction." "Then you shouldn't have touched the children." 9. The fall of the Dominion. The final battle lasted 8 hours. When it ended, the Dominion's flagship was a burning skeleton drifting through the void. Frex survived, barely, found among the wreckage by Terran medics. When he awoke in captivity, he expected torture. Instead, Commander Reyes stood beside his bed. "Why didn't you execute me?" he rasped. She looked at him with tired eyes. "Because my daughter asked me not to." Frex blinked. "Your daughter? She was one of the children you took." She said, "You protected them." He swallowed hard. "I did what I could." Reyes nodded. "Then you understand. That's why we fight." X the lesson. Months later, as part of the peace accords, Frex addressed a galactic council. His scales were scarred, his tone heavy. "We believed humanity primitive. We thought emotion was weakness. But they wield it like a weapon. Take their homes, they rebuild. Take their soldiers, they resist. Take their children, and they become something the galaxy cannot contain." He paused, looking at the silent delegates. "If you value your worlds, never give humanity a reason to remember what they are fighting for." 11. Epilogue. Years passed. The war ended. The Dominion faded. Human colonies thrived, spreading across the stars, stronger, prouder, united. And every year, on the anniversary of the Mars occupation, children placed flowers at the memorials of those who were taken. Engraved on the monument were 4 simple words. "You took our children." Underneath, smaller, "You doomed yourselves." Because the galaxy finally understood a truth older than time itself. You can conquer a world. You can destroy a fleet. But if you threaten a human child, you've already lost.